when I started my company, the Everly Group, the first project that I was given was a turnaround. It was in the Raja Court in Kuching. Yeah. So when I went to make a study, I quickly realized that it was basically a 2-star hotel pretending to be a 4-star, and the overheads were too high. The financial analysis was that they were losing about 30 to 40,000 ringgit per month, and I just told the owner, net of my fee, you will lose zero. And the owner was happy because there's an expansion coming of another roughly about 30 rooms to 40 rooms to make it 102 rooms. So after the study, when we were appointed to manage a hotel, there are a few things. They were pretending to be a 4-star hotel, and they give room service. And I look at the business of room service for the whole month. It was only about 2,000-3,000 a month. Hardly pay for 1 staff, let alone the 2 staff they have on duty at night, which was the chef and the service staff. So immediately day one, we close it down. So we save that money first. But on that aspect of it, let me expound a little bit further along. There was a lot of complaint by the staff to say that a lot of guests complain because this is a place where lovers come and stay. So they say they want some food at 2 or 3 in the morning. So I said, okay, let's make a survey on how much they're going to spend. So what we found out was they were not willing to spend more than 10 ringgit for a meal. So I said, look, we can't make money with that sort of pricing. And we brainstormed. And the final decision was very simple. We have one overnight duty person in the front office, and we prepare instant noodle, 3 flavors. And we also make the coffee shop, when they close down at 10:30, prepare some sandwich spread. So this we keep at the front office, and it's very simple. When the guests call for food, the front office staff will say, okay, we have these 3 flavors of instant noodle, or today's sandwich is tuna sandwich. Which one would you like? He makes the sale, and in the case of the instant noodle, he poured the hot water, simple stuff that we do normally at home. And then he asked the guard. The guard was giving a serving jacket so that he looks like a waiter. So he takes the food and serves the guests. And whatever is the tip received for the night, the 2 of them share. So it becomes a win-win situation for everyone. The staff happier because they make a bit of tip. The guests are happy they got the food, and we cut out all the operating costs out of the operation. The second part was the quality of the staff. All right. When the first night I was there, when I go in the new hotel, I can't sleep. By the time about 3 a.m., I woke up, I took a walk, and guess what? The 2 front office staff were sleeping on the floor. Then I walked to the guard side. The guard was also sleeping. So I woke up the guard. I said, you come with me. We went to the front office. And we woke the 2 gentlemen up, and I said, look, you are not allowed to sleep, right? If I ever catch you sleeping again, I will sack you on the spot. And I also warned the guard. I said, anytime you see anyone sleeping, you better come and tell me, because otherwise I will sack you. So after making my round, I went back to sleep. 1 hour later, there was a knock on the door. So I opened the door, and it was a guard. And he was an honest guy because he said, Mr. Tan, the 2 chaps are sleeping again. So the next morning, I sacked them. And finally, I decided that basically there's little work to do. We only keep 1 staff overnight rather than 2. And we make sure there's enough work for him to do in terms of night audit, etc., that he must finish all his tasks before 5 in the morning. And that should keep him awake, all right? So that's how we cut out another cost again. The other part is on all the simplicity. The food that they kept. When we took over, for example, they were running Sheng de Rousseau dinner and they can't do that for that small hotel. And there was in the deep freeze, they had some lobster left over from 2 years ago. And I said, throw it away. Then the staff said, oh, Mr. Tan, can we eat it? So I said, you eat it at your own risk. I won't eat it. So anyway, they took it and they all fell sick. So these are all the costs that we don't need. So in summary, what we did was after we downsized and relook at all operational costs, we were able to break even as promised within the 6 months that we were there. Finally, one more thing, after the 6 months, we also had a pub there with live band. And again, we had a problem with food being served for the pub. And again, we can't make money because the staff cost more than the sales. So finally, after brainstorming, I told them, I said, okay, I tell you what we'll do to keep everyone happy. The chefs are allowed to do part-time work. They will open the satay grill at night and they will do the business, and the business is theirs. We don't charge anything. We don't take a overrider, and whatever the profit and loss they keep. So they did the business and they were happy because extra part-time work for them. We were happy because we also cut out the cost. So in every area, you got to keep thinking how to make each step or each process less expensive, because every time you can reduce $1 of cost, you make $1 of profit. Whereas if you do $1 of sales, maybe a maximum of 30-35% will be profit.